Ever heard of a chocolate train?
Switzerland is famous for its delicious chocolate, but did you know there's a special train ride dedicated to chocolate lovers? It's called the Swiss Chocolate Train. Starting from the town of Montreux, the journey takes you through the stunning Swiss countryside to the town of Brock. Here's the sweetest part. Along the way, passengers get to visit the Caille Nestlé chocolate factory, one of the oldest in Switzerland. They learn about the history of chocolate, how it's made, and yes, the best part, there are lots of chocolate samples to try. This unique experience combines the beauty of Switzerland with the rich taste of Swiss chocolate, making it a truly unforgettable journey. So, if you're a fan of trains or chocolate, or both, the Swiss Chocolate Train is something you wouldn't want to miss.
Did you know Julius Caesar was a master code breaker?
Imagine ancient Rome, a world of intense politics and warfare. Now picture Julius Caesar, not just as a general or a statesman, but as a genius in secret communication. While Caesar is famous for his military campaigns and political alliances, few know about his talent in cryptography. Julius Caesar developed a cipher, now known as the Caesar cipher, to send messages that enemies couldn't read. He would shift each letter in his messages a few steps down the alphabet. For example, an A would become a D, making his messages indecipherable to those who intercepted them. This ability to send secret messages helped him maintain power, communicate with allies discreetly, and strategize military movements. It's a fascinating reminder that Caesar was not just a ruler and a warrior, but also a pioneer in the art of secret communication.
Ever heard of ice cream trees? Plus,
Imagine walking through a desert, your throat parched, dreaming of something cool and sweet. Now what if I told you there's a plant that's nicknamed the ice cream bean tree? Intrigued? This isn't a fantasy, but a delightful fact. In parts of South and Central America grows a magical tree known as the Inga edulis. But here's where it gets interesting. The fruit of this tree looks like a big, bulky bean pod. Inside these pods, there's a fluffy, cotton-like substance that's not only edible, but tastes surprisingly like vanilla ice cream. This fluffy treat, aside from being delicious, is also nutritious and has been a part of the local diets for centuries. So, next time you're dreaming of ice cream in a desert, remember the ice cream bean tree. Nature truly has some sweet surprises up its sleeve.
Ever heard a snake sneeze? Discover why they can't.
You might have wondered, with all the hissing snakes do, can they also sneeze or cough like us? Here's a fun fact that will twist your mind. Snakes literally can't sneeze. Unlike humans who get tickles or irritations in their noses leading to a big AQ, snakes breathe differently. Their unique biology means their respiratory and digestive systems share a part called the glottis. When they swallow food, their glottis moves to the side, so they don't choke. But this system makes it impossible for them to build up the pressure needed for a sneeze. So, the next time you hear a sound from a snake, remember, it's definitely not a sneeze. From hissing to maybe even a growl, snakes have their unique way of communicating, but sneezing is off the table for these legless wonders.
Did you know there's a village in England that disappeared overnight?
Imagine a bustling medieval village, thriving with life, and then vanished without a trace overnight. This isn't a plot from a fantasy novel. It's the real story of the English village, Hallsands. Positioned along the Devon coast, Hallsands was a prosperous fishing village with a closely knit community. The disaster began in the 1890s, when the British government authorized extensive dredging of the nearby seabed for naval construction projects. This dredging removed the natural beach protections, and without them, the village faced nature's wrath. A severe storm in 1917 was the final blow, leaving the village irreversibly damaged and effectively wiping it off the map. Today, only ruins remain as a haunting reminder of Hallsands, visited by those intrigued by its story. This serves as a poignant lesson on the consequences of human intervention in nature and the hidden, mysterious tales scattered across the English countryside.
Did Egyptian pharaohs use smartphones?
Think of ancient Egypt, with its powerful pharaohs, massive pyramids, and mysterious hieroglyphs. It feels like a different world compared to today, right? But now imagine something crazy. What if I told you there could be a historical fact so hidden that it suggests ancient Egyptians had knowledge about early technology resembling smartphones? While there's no evidence of such devices in the past, it's fascinating to play with the idea that a civilization from thousands of years ago might have had a hint of our modern-day tech wonders. This is, of course, a made-up historical fact, but picturing pharaohs scrolling through papyrus scrolls as if they were digital screens is an amusing thought. The blend of past and future in our imaginations can create exciting stories and highlight just how much we've advanced. From carving stories into stone to sharing moments instantly across the globe, human communication has traveled an incredible distance.
Did you know Shakespeare was a secret chef?
Imagine this. It's the late 16th century, London. William Shakespeare isn't just penning plays, he's stirring up a storm in the kitchen. Secretly, Shakespeare was a culinary wizard, crafting dishes that were years ahead of their time. After long nights of writing, he would retreat to his small wooden kitchen, lit only by the warm glow of candles, and experiment with recipes that blended flavors from across the globe. His fellow playwrights and actors were often treated to these creations after rehearsals. There's talk that the inspiration behind some of his most memorable scenes came not from the depths of human emotion, but from the aromatic spices and the rich textures of his dishes. Picture the banquet scenes in his plays. They weren't just figments of imagination, but reflections of his secret culinary adventures. So, next time you enjoy a Shakespearean play, remember, the bard was not just a master with words, but a wizard with flavors too.
Ever heard of walking fish? Discover this bizarre creature.
Imagine you're walking along a sandy shore and you spot a fish walking on land. Sounds like magic, right? But it's real. Meet the astonishing mudskipper, a fish unlike any other. These unique creatures spend most of their life out of water. Mudskippers use their strong pectoral fins not just to swim, but to walk on land and climb trees. Yes, you heard it right, climb trees. They've adapted to breathe through their skin and the lining of their mouth and throat, which is why they can survive on land. But the catch? They have to keep themselves moist to breathe, making mudflats and mangrove forests their perfect home. So next time you're near a muddy beach, keep your eyes peeled for these fascinating walking fish. It's a perfect reminder of how extraordinary nature can be, always full of surprises.
Ever heard of a rainbow whale?
Imagine cruising along the ocean, the sun dipping low, and there, amidst the waves, a splash of color that stops you in your tracks. No, it's not a trick of light, nor a floating palette of paints. This, my friends, is the marvel of nature known as the rainbow whale. A myth? A legend? Neither. Rainbow whales are real, in a way you wouldn't expect. Due to a unique diet of colorful algae and krill, certain whales can appear to throw off a kaleidoscope of colors from their skin, especially when seen under the right angle of sunlight. This natural phenomenon is so rare and fleeting, only a lucky few have witnessed it, leading to it becoming more of a sailor's tale than accepted science. So next time you're gazing out at the sea, keep an eye out. You might just catch a glimmer of nature's own masterpiece swimming by.
What's the beat to genius? Tune into this fact.
Get ready to crank up the volume on your favorite playlist, because what I'm about to share will have you bopping to a brain-boosting beat. Did you know that listening to music can potentially increase your cognitive abilities and make learning new things easier? It's true. Research suggests that certain types of music can create a positive mood, which in turn enhances our memory formation and problem-solving skills. And that's not all. Music with a 60 beats per minute pattern not only syncs with our brain waves, it can also improve our concentration and attention. This is why you might find yourself more focused and in a better state to tackle complex tasks when listening to some chill tunes. So next time you're feeling stuck, maybe just hitting play is all the motivation you need to get those gears turning. Did you know anything about this story?